And I have always perceived myself as someone who is strong. and I might be weak and I might also be strong, but I am a strong woman, of course. And I just remember that I bought small clothes. And lesson number 3 is to be open-minded. And you can ask me, Joy, what do you mean by being open-minded? When I was expecting, I had this misconception that giving birth is all about, doing it natural. Hi everyone, welcome to Joyful Reflection channel. And in today's video, we're going to talk about 3 reasons or the 3 top things I wish I have known before I give birth. Well, the first lesson I have learned, to be honest, was buying small clothes. I felt so embarrassed when I noticed that my baby could not fit in the small and tiny clothes that I bought for him. I just enjoyed, shopping, but I never knew, and nobody even told me that it was to consider medium and big sizes. I had no clue about it. I don't regret it, but again, I wish I knew so that I wouldn't spend another budget. Lesson number 2, actually this is not kind of a lesson because it's more about like a reflection and a tip or a recommendation I would give to someone. It is so important to know your doctor, especially the midwives and gynecologists who can help you out, and it is also good to plan ahead and know which hospital you will go to when you give birth. So it is important to research about different doctors and learn about like their reviews and collect different feedback from different people. Once you have researched about your doctor and the kind of hospital you're going to use, you're going to feel more confident and less anxious about the process of giving birth, because you have made a deliberate decision and informed the decision, of course, to go to that particular doctor. Lesson number 3 is to be open-minded. And you can ask me, Joy, what do you mean by being open-minded? Listen, for me, when I was expecting, I had this misconception that giving birth is all about, doing it natural. And I have always perceived myself as someone who is strong. and I might be weak and I might also be strong, but I am a strong woman, of course. And for me, I had this mindset that I would give birth naturally. And I didn't research more about like the possibility and the probability of going C-section. When I was due, I was 40 weeks because I was already full-term. I had a medical checkup where I went to see my doctor. By that time, I didn't have like really strong symptoms of giving birth, and I think my body was still really new to that experience, but I had to go to see the doctor, and he told me that my water was kind of reducing, so it wouldn't sustain the baby if we were to wait for 2 more weeks. You can give birth at 38 weeks or at 40 or 42 weeks. So for me, I was requested to come to the hospital the next day. When we arrived at the hospital, of course, we had all the check-ins, all the registrations, and all the forms were filled and all that. We got a room, and after that, I got an appointment to go next morning at 4 a.m. to get some pills that would help me like kind of induce my labor. And those kind of pills help you to get contractions. So for me, I was like, okay, that's fine. And at 4 a.m., I think I was in the doctor's office. I got the first pill. I got 4 pills in total, and I started with the first one at 4 a.m. in the morning, and at like 8 a.m. I got another pill. I didn't have contractions, and around 12 noon I got the third pill. I started getting some contractions, but they were really moderate. They were just in moderation, and of course I was so excited and anxious at the same time because I didn't know what is going to happen. I was just so curious, but again, open-minded. I had my pen and paper because I was really so eager to even script and do some affirmations. I would say that my body is clever and knows what to do, and say things like, I can't wait to meet my beautiful and handsome baby boy. And when my doctor came, he was like, wow, you're so brave and brilliant. How comes you're writing such kind of nice affirmations about yourself? And he said, you know what? You're going to make your experience so easy. And, it was because the contractions were not yet intense, my friend. It was up to the 4th pill that I started having intense and painful contractions. Wow. They were, of course, painful, but worth it because I was able to meet my baby. But to cut the story short, until my 4th pill, that's when my water broke. And when the nurses came to check, they still found that my cervix was just 2 centimeters opened. I asked the doctor to check the baby's heart, and he said that the heart was kind of not beating very well. So we got concerned. I and my husband got concerned about that. And the fact that I have been in so much pain and my cervix was not opening, the nurse looked at me and said that I don't know what to do with your body because your cervix is not opening. And we took some time to think about it with my husband, and we decided we are going for C-section. I was so much in pain, my cervix was not opening, so I eventually decided in my heart and called my husband, and we discussed, and we realized that we needed to have a C-section done so that we can at least save my life and also save the baby's life. We finally called doctor and nurses, and we proposed them that we are going to have a C-section. So they were a little bit hesitant, but they were like, so if this is your choice, then why? It was around 9:30 p.m. and I think at 10 p.m. I was able to meet my baby boy. So with that experience, I came to learn that it is so important to be open-minded and flexible because you never know what might happen. I used to think that because I was active back in the days when I was still able to do some exercise, I used to think that I would make it and give birth naturally. I used to think that, because I don't really get sick so often, I'm so active, I'm energetic, I used to think that that's what counts when it comes to giving birth. But I was so totally wrong. And if I was to give someone an advice, I would tell them to be ready, to be mentally and physically flexible, and to really be open-minded that all things are possible. Just what you can do is to pray for the healthy mom and healthy baby. So that's all that I can maybe say. So That was it about today's video. I hope it has helped you in one way or another. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to type them down below. And until next time, please take care. Bye.